advice for the managers. So let's do one of these. Woo! Okay, so welcome. We are going to be doing some specific training today for management and leadership. And we have Alan Godfrey. Alan's managed for us this last year, and he has some management experience. And his team they managed actually had the largest numbers, so his team had the most amount of sales out of any team in the company. So we wanted to welcome Alan. Welcome back to our show again for the management session. And Alan, maybe tell us real quick, what was it like going from a sales rep to sales manager?
It was a lot more responsibility, more so than you would anticipate.
Okay.
I think that's the way it is in anything. My father and I were talking. My father owns his own business, and he also manages for another company. We were talking about this. Everyone thinks managers have like this cushy job and they get all the benefits, and it's not like that at all. Though there might be perks, it's a lot of responsibility and work.
Okay.
In anything, I would say.
Okay, I agree. So, so tell us, as you look back on your experience from this last year, what are you pleased with? Like, your team was successful. What's maybe 5 specific things that you did to help your team be successful? Like, why was your team successful?
The first thing I would say is they chose to be successful, and we had this really good cohesion in our team. Like, all of us did stuff together. All of us wanted to like hang out together, and we got along really well. And I think that was a big thing that helped our team be successful, because it became not every man for himself, but there's like this team competitiveness. Everyone felt like they were part of a team, and they wanted to perform well because they were part of a team. We believed we were the best team. We knew we were the best team, actually, but anyway, because of that, everyone wanted to like pull their weight. So that was the first thing I would say.
How did you do that? How did you create this cohesiveness where like people wanted to like, hey, yeah, let's do our report?
I think, firstly, and maybe this would probably be the number one thing I say everyone should do in a leadership position in anything, is establishing a personal relationship with every person that you are leading. More than just a name basis, but developing a friendship with them. And in summer sales, I mean, a lot of times you kind of already have that friendship. But if you don't, try and establish that relationship. Because after you do that, then it's easy to kind of bring everyone together as a team.
So establishing personal relationship with each individual person on the team.
A sincere and genuine relationship as well. I mean, people can sense when you're not being sincere. And then he's just trying to get something out of me, but like, no, sincerely care about the people that you lead.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so I love that. So what would say maybe number two thing that maybe helped your team be successful?
I'd say like set them on fire.
Okay.
Like, you just gotta set them on fire with enthusiasm and energy. And you do that by being enthusiastic yourself. I think that transfers to everything. Just being excited and energetic and passionate about what you're doing helps those that follow you gain that same enthusiasm.
Even if your team is experiencing discouragement and doubt, the leader can never get discouraged or start doubting, right?
Right.
Why would that be bad?
Because they're following you. I mean, I feel like, admittedly, there were times in the summer when my team legitimately knew I was concerned, and it affected them. I saw that affect them a little more than when I was more confident and wasn't quite as concerned. When I knew things were going to turn out okay, if they perceived that I was even a little bit concerned, then their concern was like multiplied by like 1,000. I honestly feel like that's how it is leading. I feel like everything you do, in those you lead, they will do what you do, only multiplied. And it can be a positive thing too. Sometimes I feel like when they do good things that you do, they do it better than you do. But on the flip side, if they see you worried, then they'll be more worried. Or if they see you, maybe not do something in the correct manner, then they're going to do it even worse, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, we've said that before too, that like anything that the manager does, if you take an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah.
And you give on one tiny little rule and maybe being late to a meeting, or not collecting payment, or not working area very well, whatever it is. Like if you give them a tiny little inch, they'll like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay. So we'll just say maybe number 3. Number 3 step for success for leaders.
There's a quote I really like that says, "Leaders don't make followers, leaders make more leaders."
Okay.
And I feel like that's something I try to do. I don't know if I necessarily accomplished that, but I tried to help those on my team reach their potential as future leaders in anything that they do. They're teaching them the skills and kind of just letting them use them and learn and experience things, and teaching them how to lead through example and training and interacting with them.
Okay. So when you interact with them, you didn't treat them like, I'm the leader, you're the follower. You didn't talk down to them.
No, I don't like that management style. I don't believe in it.
I agree. So to help specifically other managers who are watching this back home, how can they make other leaders as well? Like how can they specifically I guess treat them like they're leaders. Like maybe is there some specific things they can do at home? Like, hey, don't talk down to them. That could be one thing. Like don't talk down to them. Talk with them, not at them. I guess that could be one thing. Is there other specific things?
I would say, I hope this answers your question, but instead of setting demands on them, or you should get this many sales today, or you should do X, Y, and Z, whatever. Establishing goals and allowing them to kind of set their goals. So giving it back to them, allowing them to have agency and kind of liberty in what they're doing. I feel like I tried to do that with my team by when we would have interviews, asking them what things they feel like they can improve on, or what things they want to do, or what goals they have. Because then it kind of gives them the ownership of what they're doing, and they'll be more effective when it's theirs. It becomes their summer, their day, their goal. They're more apt to do it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it does. I like that. Okay. Having the specific goal of not creating more followers but creating more leaders, and then helping them, not you setting the goal for them, but having them set the goal themselves. Okay, I like that. What do you mean number 4 thing, specific thing that maybe you did to help your team be successful?
I think I already talked about this a little bit maybe. I genuinely cared about their success.
Okay.
Not for the financial benefit either. I really did care if my team performed well, and if they had a bad day, I was sad. Encouraged them to do better the next day. If they had a great day, I was more happy than if I had a good day. a lot of times.
One thing that I'm impressed with managers is that, if I remember right, Alan would do his own incentives. He didn't just expect the marketing company or the corporate office set up all the incentives. He would set up his own incentives. If I remember right, too, there's sometimes like, hey, beat the manager goal. So you would set your goal like, hey, so if anybody sells more than the manager, then the manager would buy him an ice cream or buy him a cookie or something that was coming out of his pocket that specifically like, hey, to make it a fun competition. Am I correct in that?
Yeah,
What were some of the ones that you did? Was it beat the manager and I'll do your data entry, or beat the manager and I'll give you an ice cream? Or what was some of those little things?
I don't know. Some of those little things I would change, but I do remember like doing something like that. Like if they beat me that day, whoever beat me that day, I owed them like, I can't remember what it was, like donuts or ice cream. Ice cream of their choice, that's what it was.
Okay.
I'd go to Walmart with them and buy them their favorite flavor of ice cream.
Okay.
Another thing I did was whoever got the first sale, I would bring them a candy bar to lunch, their favorite candy bar and a drink to lunch. Something else I did was every time a rep in my office sold over 20 accounts, I bought them a steak dinner.
Okay. Cool. So that's huge. And maybe if it's not over 20, maybe it's just like you break their best days.
Yeah.
So maybe the month of June, like, hey, you know what? Like, dude, your best day is 12. You get 13 that night. I'm taking you to steakhouse or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or that's awesome. I love that. And the cool thing is did you ever submit receipts to corporate office to pay for that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, no. But it was your own incentive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome. You were using your own ingenuity and you were personalizing it. And did you not get a return on your investment for those things?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay. Awesome.
We did this suit thing too.
What's that?
If they sold a certain amount in the summer as a team, we were all going to get suits, and we did.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So they set a team goal and said, hey, if we hit this number, then he was going to buy them all a suit. And
2 for $250 was
Yeah.
the. I mean,
Yeah, but still.
we weren't going to go to.
But still,
Men's Warehouse.
Found a deal here in town, but still he said, hey, certain place has a deal, 2 suits for $250. So hey, we're gonna go there and we're all gonna get suits. Everybody hits this number, and he said, I'm paying. So that was awesome. So awesome experience of a manager that actually put his own creativity, his own ideas, and his own money on the line to help his team be successful. So very awesome. If we were to pick out one last thing, if you were to say number 5, maybe number 5 step for success at your team to be successful that you felt helped you, lead your team on to success. If you were to say one last thing.
What I would say I think applies to everything, but I would say be humble. And don't ever convey to your office that I'm better than you. I'm your manager because I'm better. I sell more because I'm better. And try to, when you train them, share with them what you've learned instead of just reciting what you've done. And I think that's something maybe we could all do a little better. But teaching people through experiences you've had, and I've learned this because I've done these things and they've taught me this. With your team, conveying that sense of humility, confidence, but humility I think is really important. Because then they don't see you as this arrogant jerk that's telling them what to do, but someone that's on the same level they are, that just has been more successful or had more experience with something. I think they listen to you more. I listen to people more when they are humble.
Okay, that is awesome. Really, we're very fortunate in being able to listen from Alan, and managers, leaders, wherever you are, please be taking notes and learn these things and take them and apply them in your leadership roles as well, because by doing these specific things, you'll be able to lead your team on his success as well. In the same way that Alan did, he had to use his own time, come up with his own incentives, invest in his team. If you notice, everything that he's been saying, that he's gone above and beyond. I noticed it, he knew it, and obviously his team knew it. And they recognized that, and they all respected him because he went above and beyond. And you know what happens when a leader goes above and beyond to perform? Guess what the team does? The team will go above and beyond as well. So thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate you coming in here.
Yeah, thanks.
And please be sure and take notes, reference it down, and take these and apply it to your team. So thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Dude, awesome.